I'm Nick Keller, the founder of Beyond Sport, and I'm more than delighted to welcome you. Our objective was to understand and celebrate best practice in sport development. What we did want to do was unearth insight, was to bring you together to see what the collective power of this group can do. Kevin's travelled a long way from Portland, Oregon today. He is your voice, your captain, your coach.
Look around the room and everybody here has a similar story. They saw an opportunity, they saw an issue, they saw a challenge, they wanted to approach it, they realized that the thing that could bring the attention was movement, human movement, play and sport. Share your knowledge. Those of you who are new, seek it out. The movement is alive and well. It is not just rhetoric, it is real. And I am proof that your work makes a difference. Thank you so much.
We actually got some health professionals based out of the foundation because we're not professionals in health, but we know a man who is, or we know an organisation are. All we are really is that conduit to bring them in, to support them, to use the stadium to bring people through the door. So it's not just about sport, it's this whole holistic programme that's trying to sort of say, well, you come into us, you tell us what you need, and we'll try and develop something that will ultimately benefit you.
What we see here is the new function of the club where you have to be open and in dialogue with the local community.
These kinds of education programs and all that affiliated right directly in the place where the club does their work, if you will, right? It's just powerful.
Immediately as I just walk around, it feels very much like a hub of a community. And I think that's quite a very relevant point of where sport sits in our whole society at the moment.
Good morning. The Queen said I shouldn't name drop, so I'm not going to. Anyone can be a leader. You don't need to be brilliant at everything or anything. You just need to be authentic. So here's your first challenge. What's your vision? What are you great at? Thank you very much for listening.
And I'll say this about Toby Blair. Whenever you go into the room, however you feel it, when you come back out of that room, you feel a little bit better, whatever's going on in the world. Now, that is leadership. What is your single most important objective? What is your organisation trying to do? Don't let anybody else decide what it is that you want to communicate about yourselves. Encouraging risk and innovation at all levels of the organisation in a non-blame culture.
I'm standing here today from UNICEF, and one of the things I'd like to talk about is how potentially some of you might be able to partner with UNICEF.
Please welcome Dikembe Mutombo.
It was not easy for a professional basketball player to go back to the country and trying to build a hospital.
We're dealing with the problems of the Middle East. As you know, Middle East is not exactly renowned, unfortunately, for a lot of peace and tolerance and quiet. Because it's so universal, it is so attractive, particularly for children, that we could use the benefits and the power of sports to really make a difference on the ground.
It's a unique platform, it's a valuable platform, and I think it's really going to take us to the next level, which is how can the practitioners get more support and provide a channel to support those that they're getting funding and support from.
I'm excited to see what comes out of it, but I think what it has done, more importantly, is it's challenged everyone to see what more they can do and how they can work better together.
It's been amazing. I mean, it's gone beyond what I was thinking it was going to be. Just sharing experiences with all these other organizations around the world with the same kind of issues, with the same things, and it just doesn't seem that crazy anymore that sport is just such a great tool.
Experts are killing sessions like this. The danger is when we bring in experts, of course you need a lot of motivation, but it becomes another agenda, it becomes the agenda of the experts. Consider that the NGOs are the experts, and that is what has made this platform different from the other meetings and summits I go to, and makes it particularly good.
My challenge to Beyond Sport is go beyond beyond the city to the community.
Being surrounded by these heroes, I've met a lot of new heroes. Any event, any organisation that's trying to sort of propel sport to show that we can change the world, that we can make it a bit safer, they need to be supported and we need to be positive about it.
When we put this programme together, I hoped that when I was speaking up here, what would normally be called closing remarks would actually be opening remarks, because I'm hoping that you have all committed to one action today that will help propel this movement forward. Because of you, Beyond Sport is no longer a fledgling organisation. Its belief is shared by an influential group of people, an ideal that can improve the wider world. If we hang on to and champion this thought, I can think of a better way to end a closing, or should I say an opening speech. Thank you and have a very good evening. Thank you for everything.